Now I know what you're thinking. Liam, that's crazy.
That's not crazy talk. This is crazy talk.
Sucking dick and cock.
You guys, I'm in a really dark place right now. Because my lamp isn't on. Alright, hi fairies, welcome back. So today we're going to be trying some new makeup and just chit-chatting about a few things relating to my channel. I asked you guys on Instagram about what questions you had about my channel. I wrote down 12 questions in my horrible chicken scratch handwriting.
Dyslexia.
If I sound or appear a little sickly, it was 107 degrees here in California today.
It's hot.
And the heat makes me feel so fucking sick, so I'm sorry. But I just huffed some white out, so I'm definitely feeling better.
That is amazing. Wow.
Alright, let's get started. So the first question is, how did you learn how to edit? Now, I started taking classes in high school, so that's about 4 years ago.
I'm now so old, my pussy is haunted.
But I actually kind of like self-taught myself for a few years, so I've been working with the programs I do for maybe about just around 7 years. Now, I actually wanted to be a visual effects artist. Like, I wanted to be involved in like the technical side of the film industry. Like, I once did job shadowing at Disney Junior Studios for the Elena of Avalor department. But yeah, surprise, surprise, I'm actually good at something. It definitely wasn't just an overnight process of me learning how to edit like a crackhead.
I just wanna so great.
Alright, the next question is, what programs do you use? Now, I primarily edit in Adobe After Effects. I literally do everything in there, like my channel graphics, like my intro. It's kind of like the Swiss Army knife of editing programs. And
Girl.
Hold on, Mumbles is running around. Third question is, how long does it take you to edit videos and how hard is it?
It's really hard, girl.
Alright, bitch, let me just get into this motherfucking gig really quick. So with editing videos, this is just one thing I feel like it is. It's not hard work, it's just so repetitive, it gets irritating.
And now for Gay Editing Class with Liam.
Now, in After Effects specifically, and I know a lot of other programs follow something called a layer architecture. Some of them have, I forget what it's called. It's like a net or like a web architecture, but this one's a layer architecture.
Layers! Onions have layers.
Layers are basically individual actions or different edits. So if a video has only 2 effects in it, that means there's probably going to be 2 layers because each layer is a different thing added to the original.
That's amazing. Okay, cool.
So in the Wizard 101 video I posted, that one was around 20 minutes and that one had almost 1,400 layers. So that's 1,400 different edits I had to individually do custom. What makes After Effects so amazing in my opinion, but also so amazingly hard and complicated, there's no really preset. Like if you want something, a specific effect you're going for, it's not like Final Cut Pro where it's just drag and drop. This style is associated with certain people, but realistically that style is just a preset in a program. It comes free with the program. Now, there's nothing wrong with using Final Cut Pro. It's a very good editing software and a lot of people use it, but you are limited on what you can do. It is easier though, because when everything has to be custom, it definitely just absorbs so much of your time. When it comes to editing and a lot of other things, the more time you invest in it, the better your product is gonna be. So my editing process is always a clash of me telling myself, don't rush it, it's gonna be perfect. And then the other side of my brain is saying, bitch, you need to feed them.
Could I have something to eat?
No.
Could I have something to eat?
No.
Could I have something to eat?
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
So for me, 1 day equals 1 minute of the final video. So that means if the final video ends up being around 20 minutes, which is kind of what I've been posting lately, you guys won't see me for 20 days. I do this thing where I have what's called a ratio. That's not a professional term, I just call it that. Basically, a video has what's called a flow, and the flow is basically just the stream of content. Now, I like to interrupt the flow every 5 to 7 seconds with a funny edit or meme, because I feel like that's one of the core principles of giving me that, you know, crackhead effect. Now, if you guys want me to post more, which is something I get DM'd about literally every single minute, I would have to change my editing slightly. I would have to alter it. Now, I know what you're thinking. Liam, that's crazy.
That's not crazy talk. This is crazy talk.
Sucking dick and cock.
That's crazy. Some people are pretty much subscribed to you just for your editing. I know, but the tea is the poster ASMR as well as the top 10 underrated products, whatever, those were in a brand new ratio, meaning I didn't change my editing style. Now I changed the ratio in those two videos instead of every 5 to 7 seconds to every 10 to 12. Now, while I'm talking about editing, I just want to glaze over something really quick. A lot of people think I'm hiding behind my editing, or like I get a lot of weird comments like that where it's like, oh, like, you know, when you don't have a personality so you edit one in. Now I can understand that perspective because that is something a lot of people might associate with, like I said before, the preset editing, where, you know, people are using the same effects over and over and over again, and that can lead people to believe they're copying. However, they're simply using program with the same limits, and you're simply seeing the same things over and over again because that's all the program can do. I feel like since everything I put in my videos is custom, like I don't drag and drop anything, you know, I feel like my personality just comes through even more when I'm editing because, you know, what you're seeing right now, everything's done by me, so it's like, you know, why wouldn't that kind of be an extension of my personality, if that makes sense. Now, going off of that, the next question number 4 is, why did I start YouTube? Now, I don't want to say I was motivated out of hatred and bitterness, but I kind of saw a lot of problems with the people in the beauty community, and this was even a long time ago.
Celebrate lash equality.
I've been knowing that ever since like maybe sophomore year in high school, so like 3 years ago. Sorry if my under eyes look fucked up. Holy shit in the viewfinder. What the hell is wrong with my face today? I mean, it kind of looks like this every day. I just don't pay attention to it. Yeah, I just kind of thought to myself, these people are fucking annoying. Like, I hate watching them, and I have no other options.
Let's give it a go. Sweet.
I have the skills, or at least I'd like to think I have the skills to edit video, to make my own channel, do all this myself, be a one-woman show like Chicago from Victorious.
I'm a woman in Chicago who's scared.
Wait a damn minute.
Well, hello there. Not even on crutches.
Like, I knew there was a demand for someone who, I don't want to say was different, was quirky. I knew there was a demand for someone who was definitely an unconventional presence. I kind of turned my dissatisfaction into motivation to be a presence here. Moving on, question number 5 is, what are my goals for YouTube? Honestly, my goal right now, I just want to get the diamond play button. Like, that's probably my #1 goal right now, is I just want to get the diamond play button.
Hurry up! Just give it to me! Just give it to me! Just give it to me! Give it to me! Gosh!
Once you pass these milestones, your channel then gets evaluated by YouTube.
But a few of my other kind of life goals or just general goals is I want to get blocked by James Charles, I want to be on the no-fly list, and I want to get sued by the Church of Scientology. At least once. Alright, now we get to do eyeshadow, and before I answer the next question, I want to tell you a little bit about the palette I'm using. So this is the Daydream Palette by Alter Ego. Am I bleeding?
Bro, it hurts really bad.
So Alter Ego is actually a brand that does kind of like dupes. They're a brand that's similar to the brands on Shop Hush. Now, the Daydream palette is actually a dupe for the Huda Beauty New Nudes. Now, they actually sent this palette to my P.O. box, so thank you so much, Alter Ego. Now, this is my first time using it. I'll show you swatches right now. This one actually comes with a primer. This is like a cream. So I'm gonna just prime my lids with a little bit of this. Alright, question number 6. Would you want to be a mainstream influencer or stay in your niche? What's your inspiration? How much money do you make? I don't think I'll ever really be like super mainstream just because of how, I don't want to say quirky, because quirky is honestly the new mainstream.
Did I lie? Did I lie? Did I fucking...
I'm just fucking weird. Obviously, I really want my channel to grow, but also, you know, I don't really want to change, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to sell my soul, per se, because I already sold it for a bag of breadcrumbs.
I was busy thinking about God, Jesus, heaven.
Can't relate.
Now, okay, before I say this, I'm not trying to be shady at all, but a lot of people used to assume I'm copying people like Antonio Garza. However, I don't think I am, because that's not really what I'm going for. I would say my style, or like I'm inspired by, is very much like the Trixie and Katya show.
No.
That's a really big inspiration to me. Those crackhead gaming videos, like the Destiny compilations that are like crackhead. So I basically take that style and make it more homosexual.
I am a homo.
So don't think I'm legally allowed to disclose how much money I earn, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Usually a video for me would earn about $20. $20 in the first week. So when I tell you I would have literally made more money if I worked at McDonald's, I'm not kidding.
When you're ready, come and get it, get it.
But as of right now, with, I don't want to say my current income, but my current below minimum wage, I'm editing as much as I can right now. Alright, so to set that primer we just put on, I'm going to go in with the shade Glow, which is this kind of bone color transition shade on this flat fluffy brush. Question number 7 is, what kind of content am I going to post? Or like, what kind of content can you expect? I seem to be getting the best numbers as well as just likes and dislike ratio whenever I do something makeup related. Really quick, now that that primer's set, I'm gonna go into the shade Sugar Plum, which is this dark what is this? A dark plum. Sorry, I was about to say peach. But yeah, I'll definitely be posting more gaming content. You know, I always figure out a way how to kind of connect the things I like into one video. Like, there's a lot of gaming references in my videos.
My brand!
And I would definitely just...
So pigmented. So pigmented.
Gotta tap that one off a bit. Alright, question number 8 is a weird one. Do you ever feel unmotivated, and how do you combat that? Ugh, girl. Whenever I feel unmotivated, I actually just take a look at like people that have blown up really quickly. You know, I just look at that and I think, wow, like, you know, YouTube really has opportunities for anyone. And I'm sure, you know, maybe not to that extent for me, but you know, I'm sure there's an opportunity waiting for me somewhere on here. You know, there has to be. Anyways, moving on. Alright, so now I'm gonna blend that beach out with the shade Celestial, which is this really pretty kind of light mauve. Alright, question number 9 is, how much longer are you going to be doing YouTube videos? I don't think I'll ever stop doing YouTube at this point. I might, you know, go on a hiatus for a little bit if, you know, I'm just really struggling with my finals or my classes or something.
Yeah, you can't do it. I can't.
Now, for my lid, I'm gonna be going in with the shade Fairy Tale. Are we having an earthquake? I think we're good. So this one has like white little pieces of other like shimmer shades in it, like the Hoola one does. It kind of reminds me of hamburger meat.
Hamburger.
But this one, it's like mauve, pink, and it has this like weird duochrome. And I've just been dying to try this on my lid. And I'm just gonna be going in with this flat paintbrush I got from Aliexpress. No setting spray on this. Oh, question number 10. Collabs? Question mark? Obviously, I'm down to do collab. You know, just hit me up. Like, I literally have no life. A lot of people were asking me about meet and greets. Now, obviously, I'm more than down to do meet and greets. I didn't go to VidCon this year because I didn't get a ticket. But, you know, definitely in the future, I would want to, like, maybe, like, do a cute little meet and greet. I'm just gonna take a pencil brush and go in with the same dark shade and put that on my bottom lash line. Alright, this one's a really good question. So number 11 is, what are you going to do if YouTube finally demonetizes your entire channel? So I'm gonna take this opportunity to educate you guys about the YouTube policies as they are right now.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
So YouTube's demonetization policy originally kind of blew up after the first adpocalypse, which was kind of triggered by PewDiePie saying a very naughty word.
Which N-word is she talking about? There's a whole bunch of N-words.
Well, the bad one.
Like nutrition.
Now, the policies affect certain channels differently, which I don't understand. However, according to YouTube and according to just my experience, a video cannot be demonetized for light cursing after the first 10 seconds. There's like a chart of words or something, so you can say like, what's the word? Profanity.
What's your profanity?
You can say profanity, it's just the thing YouTube is really kind of up the ass about is sexual referencing and sexual content.
Oh, it's tight.
You know, obviously my videos are not porn, even though I always find out a way to slip it in. So for example, if I say he's an ass, that wouldn't get the video demonetized. But if I say eat my ass, that would get this video demonetized.
Stop! You violated the law. Pay the court a fine or serve your sentence.
Now, I think I'm gonna top this eyeshadow with a Lime Crime Diamond Crusher. This is in the shade Cleopatra. I don't know how many times I've said this, but lashes, I'm a woman now.
You're not a girl, bitch. Little fucking fat.
Alright, so the last question I have here on the paper is, what advice would I give to someone who wants to start YouTube? One thing that's really important to remember is trends, you should learn from them and learn what they mean, but not mimic them entirely.
Knowledge.
Make content you actually enjoy. Like, I don't post stuff I don't personally enjoy watching. Now, I was at the Zola store earlier.
Again, nothing new, nothing changed, same old shit.
And I thought, you know, maybe I don't have a cute nude that would go with this. So I actually bought this at the dollar store earlier today, but I opened the tube wrong, so it looks all fucked up inside. This is a Celavi matte lipstick in the shade Butterscotch.
Lick, 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 lick.
I was about to say this is really impressing me for $1, but then it literally tastes like mozzarella cheese.
This is the fresher mozzarella because it's wet.
The flavor.
It's not like a filthy bacteria cheese smell. It's like, it tastes like cheese. I don't know, it's probably made in the same factory as Jaclyn Hill's lipsticks or something. Alright, this is how the look turned out. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. It might actually be my new go-to palette. My old go-to palette was the Bad Habit Athena. This one, this is a dupe for the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk. Which one do you guys like better? This one would be good for fall because it's very orange, but this one would be good for maybe like winter or maybe summer with like the brighter peachy shades in here. They also sent me a discount code with this. So the discount code is Liam10. You'll save 10% off your entire order. Now that's a non-affiliate code, which means I don't make any money from it. So far they have 3 palettes. They have one for the Anastasia Sultry, one for the Natasha Denona Gold palette, and another one for the Daydream, which is the one I use now. I might have to pick up the Natasha Denona one, y'all, because this has set my expectations very high. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I answered all your questions. So I'm gonna go and sex some daddies on Snapchat before I take all this off. But thank you so much for watching. Once again, the discount code is Liam10, and I will see you very soon. Bye.